Here's something worth sitting with for a moment. Two people, same city, same year, both earning $65,000 a year after tax. One of them, 5 years from now, will have a small investment portfolio, an emergency fund, and a growing sense of control over their financial life. The other one will be working just as hard, maybe harder, and will have almost nothing to show for it. No savings, no investments, and quietly, a little more debt than the year before. Same salary, completely different outcomes. This isn't a story about discipline. It's not about who works harder or who makes better coffee at home instead of buying it. It's about something much more structural, something most people are never taught to see. Let's call the first person Daniel. Daniel is 28. He lives in a mid-sized American city, somewhere like Nashville or Columbus, or in Europe, somewhere like Lyon or Cologne. Not the most expensive place in the world, not the cheapest either. He earns $65,000 a year after tax. That's roughly $5,400 a month hitting his account. His rent is $1,500, reasonable for his city. He chose a slightly larger apartment 2 years ago because he felt like he'd earned it. That's a phrase worth remembering. Felt like he'd earned it. His car payment is $420 a month. The car costs $32,000. He put nothing down. The loan is at 7% interest over 6 years. He has 2 credit cards. The combined balance is around $8,000. He pays the minimum most months, somewhere between $160 and $200. The interest rate on both cards averages 22% annually. He has a student loan from his undergraduate degree, $40,000. He's on a standard 10-year repayment plan, about $400 a month. Then there's his life. Subscriptions, gym, phone bill, occasional travel, eating out a few times a week, and the quiet background noise of just living. Call it another $800 to $1,000 a month. Let's add that up. Rent, $1,500. Car, $420. Credit card minimums, $180. Student loan, $400. Living expenses, $900. Total, just over $4,400 a month. Out of $5,400, Daniel has about $1,000 left, some months less. Does he save it? Sometimes, but more often than not, something comes up. A friend's wedding, a car repair, a flight home for the holidays, and that $1,000 quietly disappears. Daniel is not reckless. He's not irresponsible. He's doing what most people around him are doing, and that, precisely, is the problem. Here's what Daniel doesn't fully see yet. That credit card balance of $8,000 at 22% interest, while he pays only the minimum, he will spend nearly 6 years paying it off, and by the time it's gone, he'll have paid more than $5,000 in interest alone. He borrowed $8,000. He'll return more than $13,000. The car at 7% over 6 years. On a $32,000 vehicle with no down payment, he'll pay close to $10,000 in interest by the end of the loan. The car, by that point, will be worth maybe $11,000 or $12,000. He will have spent $42,000 for something worth $11,000. This is not a math error. This is a system designed by banks, by car dealerships, by credit card companies that functions perfectly. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended. Daniel just didn't realize he was one of the people it was designed to work on. So why does this keep happening? There's a concept in behavioral economics called present bias. Simply put, our brains are wired to value what we can feel today far more than what we might gain or lose years from now. When Daniel signed the car loan, the number that felt real was the monthly payment, $420 a month. That felt manageable. The total cost of $42,000 over 6 years, that number was abstract, distant. His brain filed it away and moved on. The same thing happens with credit cards. The minimum payment creates an illusion of control. You're paying something. You're not ignoring the debt, but the debt itself is quietly growing in the background, charging you daily, compounding, patient. And layered on top of all of this is something social scientists call lifestyle inflation. As income rises, spending rises with it, almost automatically, almost unconsciously. The upgrade in apartment, the newer car, the slightly more expensive habits. None of it feels like a decision. It just feels like life progressing normally. The financial industry didn't create human psychology, but it has studied it, mapped it, and built entire products around it. Now let's talk about Sarah. Same city, same salary, $5,400 a month after tax. Sarah's rent is $1,200, a smaller place. She made that choice consciously, not out of poverty, but out of arithmetic. She drives a used car she bought 3 years ago for $11,000, paid in full. No monthly payment. She has no credit card debt. She uses one card for purchases, pays it in full every single month. She gets the rewards points. The bank gets nothing from her in interest. She does have a student loan, similar to Daniel's, $400 a month. That she pays. Her monthly fixed costs are roughly $2,200. Her variable spending, living, eating, leisure, another $700 to $800. That leaves her with roughly $1,400 to $1,500 every month. She doesn't invest it all perfectly. She's not a financial genius, but she puts away about $1,000 a month consistently. Some into a basic index fund, some into a rainy day account. After 5 years, at a modest 7% average annual return, that's somewhere around $72,000 in investments.
chance, not a fortune, but a foundation. Daniel, after the same 5 years, he might have $10,000 set aside if he had a good year or two, and he still has the credit card, the car loan winding down, the student loan, same salary, same city, same 5 years. The gap between them isn't income, it's the relationship each one has with their money and whether that money works quietly for them or quietly against them. The point of this isn't to say Daniel made foolish choices. Most of his choices were completely normal. They were the choices the system around him made easy to make. The monthly payment model, the lifestyle upgrade, the credit card minimum. None of it is hidden. It's just framed in a way that obscures the full picture. Financial intelligence isn't really about knowing more formulas or reading more books. It's about asking a slightly different question before a financial decision. Not can I afford the monthly payment, but what is the total cost of this, and what does that money cost me in time and future options? That shift in framing from monthly to total, from now over time, is quiet. It's not dramatic, but over 5 or 10 years, it becomes the entire difference. Sarah isn't exceptional. She just learned to see what the system doesn't advertise, and once you see it, it's very difficult to unsee. If this way of thinking about money is something you want to keep exploring, there's more on this channel. Subscribe if that's useful to you.